What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on the Yooper Trooper Realm server. Today we're over here just a little ways away from everyone's base in this little area here that me and Aqua Husky worked on quite a while ago. I know it's been a long time since I've recorded an episode, but we're ready to get started on a brand new project today. Before we get started on that project, I just want to go ahead and take a quick second to remind you that if you are enjoying this video, please do leave me a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet already. It would be greatly appreciated. It helps out the channel a whole bunch. So let's go ahead and get right into this episode today. We're going to go down in this hole here with all these villagers that we started breeding down here in, I don't know, it's been quite a while since we worked on this before, but basically what we're going to do today is I want to get a fully functional village breeder up and running. So that's the plan for today. If we have enough time, I might try to do a little bit of the structure above, but the most of the plan is just to, dig this area out here, get a bunch of room so we can get all the functional bits and pieces working in the bottom of here. So we want to be able to have our little nano farm and all that kind of stuff down here that we need to get these guys breeding so we can breed a bunch of them up. Sorry guy. For future projects, as well as getting some books going, because it's about time on this server that we start to get some mending books and and breaking and a bunch of other stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this dug out and prepared for today, and then we'll go ahead and see you when I got some more space made. Okay, everybody, so I got quite a bit of space dug out here. I might have went a little bit overboard, but I kind of started digging some stuff and then changed my plan a little bit. Excuse me. So I dug out all this space back here, which is where I'm going to do the breeding chambers, and I'm actually going to do a few of them. I got a little bit of a idea of how I want to do. Basically, I'll end up having 3 chambers on this side and 3 chambers on this side, and then up in this area up here, I will actually go up here quick and show you what's going to go on up there. So basically, when you create a villager breeder like this, you have to have some type of detector village. So we're going to go ahead and put that back here, and I should be able to drop in here. So basically, I'll have 6 doors right in here, and then there'll be a villager that hangs out in this little area here. So I just need to dig out a little bit of space for this too, and then I'm actually going to put some I want to put some glass in here, so it'll kind of be like the villagers that are working breeding down here in this area will kind of be able to look up at this other villager up here in kind of like the office, or whatever you want to call it, the little office headquarters up here kind of deal. So it'll kind of be almost like a factory or something like that, looking over this area. I'm gonna go ahead and plug these up for now so nothing falls in here. I'm trying to make sure, it's really important that no mobs spawn in here, especially zombies, and end up turning all my villagers into zombies, because I've had that happen before and it's not fun. So alright, well, now that we got this dug out here, I'm going to go ahead and build up some of these villager breeding chambers, and then I will be back to show you how things need to work. Okay, everyone, I've been hard at work for a little while here, and we have got, so far, 1 full cell is operational here. So I just kind of want to go over, excuse me, how everything works here. So basically, we've got 2 villagers just sitting in a little chamber here, and they have a water stream above them here, which I'll be able to explain from down here. So basically, what's going on down here is when these villagers get bred, which will happen when the food will come down the water line up there. So I'll be feeding them carrots and potatoes, that kind of stuff. We'll be shooting down that line into these guys, and they will take whatever they need and eat it up and be happy and willing to breed. So then they'll start breeding, and the babies will be able to pop out in between these glass and this fence here, and then they will fall down in this area, which I'll have a water stream down here, pushing all the babies off into the middle section here, and then they will get shot down to the end where I'll do a little selection chamber down there. And then all of this stuff in here is basically the I might need to throw a couple more hoppers down here, but this is basically the hey there the food recycle area. So basically all the food that they do not eat is going to drop down into these hoppers, and then we'll get transported back here into this little elevator, which will go up here, and they'll basically shoot out the bottom there. So let me demonstrate how this thing works real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and squirt let's do 13 of these in there, shoot up here quick. So basically you can see those items are popping right up the top of here, and if I wasn't in the way to collect them, they'd get sent down here, and stuff, as you can see, happening down here. Maybe if I could get a good view of it. Dang it, this is so difficult. Right there, you could see the items going into the hopper, and then they end up circulating back around into here. And actually, since those guys are not going to take any of that because they don't want hardened clay or terracotta. Can I take this out of here? Yeah, it's just going to keep recycling. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing of an explanation. I feel like it was maybe a little hard to understand, but I'm going to get the rest of these built up and kind of clean up some of this stuff, and then I'll be able to hopefully explain a little bit better of how everything's going to work. And also need to get some more carrots and potatoes and that kind of stuff to feed these guys. So I'm going to get some more progress made, guys, and I will be back once I get some more stuff done. Alright guys, so I got the nano farm hooked up now. Went ahead and changed gears a little bit here. Oh, looks like we got some stupid villagers falling down there. Put a nano farm in at the end of this area here just to go ahead and get some potatoes made up so that I can try to see if I can get this first batch of villagers breeding before I go ahead and build the rest of them. So I'm going to try to jump up here and see if I can't feed these guys a bunch of potatoes and see if we can get some love hearts going here. Yay! We're finally getting some love hearts in the village breeder. I've been doing a lot of different work here trying to figure out how to make this thing work. Actually went ahead and did a little different configuration with the doors up there, but by the looks of it, I think these guys are going to be able to breed up and give us some more villagers, which is awesome. I guess sometimes there's a little bit of an issue with their collision boxes getting basically inside each other, causing them not to be able to toss food to each other, which is how they kind of become willing to breed. But I'm going to have to get a bunch more potatoes and carrots and that kind of stuff to feed to these guys to get them all willing, and then build up some a bigger stock of them to fill up the rest of these containers and stuff like that. So I'm gonna work on this for a little while longer, and I will probably come back with you guys once I've got all these different chambers filled up and working properly. So I will be back in a bit. Alright, all of the villagers are in place now, starting to share food with each other, as you can see in some of these areas here, and I showed these guys over here getting some love hearts going on earlier. So things are starting to get closer to being finished up. So I have not finished the redstone on the bottom of here just yet, but I do plan on getting that stuff put in here next. So I need a little bit more supplies, and I ran into a little bit of an issue with kind of these different droppers and stuff here being the redstone is interfering with each other, so I'm gonna have to work around that a little bit there. But I also need to get some more potatoes and carrots to get the rest of these guys willing to breed and that kind of stuff, which I'll need to do some skeleton hunting and that kind of stuff yet to get that going. So I just wanted to show you down here. Basically, I have this water path here, which will flow down to this area here, which is where we're going to do the collection. So basically, all the villagers will flow down as babies, like you can see these guys here, which must be relatively new ones yet. Will float down to the bottom there, and we will pick them up and be able to take them into a trading chamber up at the top there, that we will be able to, select our villagers and that kind of stuff. So on this side here still, we have to throw in a little bit of ice over here, which will basically turn, I'm going to using, oh dang it, it's going to ruin all my redstone. Oh, it ruined all of it. Dang it. Okay, so I've got a little bit of work to do yet underneath here, but I wanted to kind of show you guys what the plans are for here. So basically this will flush the baby villagers out to the bottom of there, and then we would be able to go on that end. Is this, how do I get out of here? Boing, just like that. And then I will go down to this end here, and I will create, let's actually see if we can find this area here. So it looks like we're getting pretty close right here. Okay, so that is the area here where we're gonna have to bring our villagers up. So I'll probably use some type of minecart system or something like that to bring these villagers up from down below, and then in this area here we'll be able to basically use this space up for our little trading hall, which is good because I accidentally dug out way too much space, as I had mentioned before, but now we'll be able to use this space for our trading and selection, that kind of stuff. And then my plans for up above here are to build a structure above where we can maybe display some of the special villagers or do some other fun stuff with them like that. I haven't really planned that part out yet, but that will be in a future episode. We'll work on that part of the project. Get out of here, creeper. I don't want you wrecking my plans. You either, zombie. Oh, okay. So basically, I think what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and kind of get a system over here set up to pick those guys up from the destination at the bottom there and bring them up to the top. Alright, so I'm hoping that I should just be able to put a minecart on here and launch it into the corner. Yeah, alright. And I'll pick one of these guys up. The only problem here is making sure that once they get picked up, they actually bounce back out of here. So we'll have to try to make a few adjustments here and get that figured out. Alright, so it looks like all I had to do was put a solid block back here behind this one, and it seems to get the guy in here, and then he'll bounce back out once he hits the wall there. So that should work for a pickup system. And then basically what I want to do with this, once I got the dang it, there we go. Once I got the guys in the cart that I want to bring out, perfect. Okay, so this is three wide in the center here. So what I would like to do is basically I'm going to dig this section out here, and I'm going to create actually, what do I want to do this? I basically want to create a spiral that brings these guys up into this room here. So let's see, where do I want them to come out? I think I want them to come out here. So if I go this way, I think this should work. So basically I'll just dig this out in a spiral, and then we'll be able to bring the villagers up through this here path. Alright, so I got this little, whatever you want to call it, spiral deal here put up, and to make sure that it's villager safe, I want to go ahead and test it out myself. So I'm going to jump in here and drive against the wall and go whee, all the way up to the top. Perfect. Alright. So that should be a nice little system here, and then I'll have to put in like a spot where we can pretty much just push the, push a cart into here, so we can pick a villager up like that and take them all the way back to the top. And I'll have to, it's kind of, little bit of a pain right now to get this going on here, but also make sure we have a way to get them to stop and kind of separate them off up here. So it looks like I need a little bit more powered rail right here, so I can get these guys all the way up here. But basically then I'm just going to build some little cells up here where I can, you know, separate these guys and give them their own little rooms for trading with them. And then oh, I also have to come up with a, you know, an area, maybe, I don't know how much room we have here before we see if we can run outside. I want to know how much room I've got to, you know, continue out this way so we can have some type of selection area where we can choose, you know, the villagers we want to keep and the villagers that we just want to dispose of, basically. So I'll have to do that at another time because I am definitely running out of time for this episode today. If you did enjoy the episode, please definitely give me a like on the video, leave a comment if you got anything to say, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and you're enjoying these videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.